Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Enlightened Journeys. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to enlighten your journey, to entertain you. Speaking of entertainment, all of my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Make sure that you're familiar with my legal disclaimer, okay? It's in the description box below, but I'll go through just like some parts of it. Okay, so this is a reading for the collective, which means I'm reading the collective energy, and then I'm also getting down from spirit, aka that Most High God and the Holy Spirit, archangels and spirit guides that I have. And then I talk to spirit guides and the people that have passed over that you guys have, or you would call them familiar spirits. So basically, if you take anything, if you feel like anything resonates with you in this reading, like you need to be able to use your best discernment. Feel free to take what resonates with you and leave what does not for the person that it's meant for. If you do have a pendulum, this is a pendulum. Well, this is a pendulum that this little thing. I like it because you can, it's not all the way clamped on, so you can switch out which crystal you want. Anyways, I really like Howlite though. But I would suggest if you're getting a pendulum for the first time, you would probably want to get a crystal pendulum. You know, amethyst is a really good stone that you can use to open the third eye, and it also helps with temptation. And then I would say that any type of like shungite, black tourmaline, any type of yeah, the ones that basically shungite and black tourmaline are two that are really good because they cancel out EMF rays. So you won't have any negative like electronic energy. So the point of a pendulum is to carry it with you so that you get, because to get the benefits of any crystal or stone besides quartz crystal is one exception of this. You can program a quartz crystal and it can heal you from afar. No other crystal works that way. They have to be within your energetic field, which is as far as your arms go. So you can put it in your pocket, you can put it in your bra, you can put it in your purse. You can wear jewel. That's why jewelry is so good. Okay, but it doesn't have to be touching the skin, but it does have to be in your energetic field. And your energetic field is as far as you can reach. I guess the other exception would be organite. Okay, orgone energy. This organite is made up of a combination of different metals and crystals and copper. And when it's combined together, it puts out an orgone field, which clears EMF, harmful EMF rays, and it blocks that out. So basically you get whatever crystal energy, and the energy of the pyramid, you know, the energy of a pyramid, how it basically is going to send, it's going to shoot this energy up. See, there's a quartz crystal in this at the very top. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's a quartz crystal at the very top. And then it's got the swirl, which is almost like the Reiki sign. And then it's got citrine. So this attracts abundance. And citrine is one of the other crystals besides selenite that never pick up negative energy. So it's kind of very, and this organite piece has amethyst in it, right? Okay, so basically use a resin to put all this stuff together. And yeah, they work really good. You can program them. So anyways, if you don't have organite and you're like around electronics or you're on the internet a lot, I have like a little piece of shungite that's attached to my phone. So, all right, we just had to go into crystals for a second. All right, there's always going to be a major trigger warning anytime we work with the tarot. I don't know what your personal triggers are, so make sure that you're in an emotionally and mentally healthy space, okay? By watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, you're responsible for yourself before, during, and after the reading. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. I'm reminding the people watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger, and do not harm the prophets of God. Okay, so if you don't pray, that's fine. I've got an entire list of prayers that I go through with everything on it from like Saint Benedict, the Ophanim, the Galactic Federation of Light, all spiritual court systems, all Akashic records. So I've got so much on here, Gaia and Greenman, that I summarize it by reading this bottom part because I feel like it kind of applies to everyone. So we ask that the Most High God continue to order our steps when dealing with anything in the spiritual or psychic realm. Yeah, more psychic realm, spiritual realm. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I also ask the Most High God, please be with us now and send the archangels to me, to my location, and send all the spirit guides, archangels, and ascended masters that are available and ready to help us at this time. Any light beings, any starseed families. Please return all evil and block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and to my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. I ask now as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favors, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I give this platform to you as an offering, and I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so I want everybody to keep in mind. Oh, thank you, Kels the Ghost. Yes, absolutely. Sending love and light to the collective. So keep in mind, you guys, about this lunar eclipse. We're almost there. I think today's Wednesday, so it's going to happen tomorrow. If you guys want to see it and you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you can go out, and it's around midnight. You should be able to see it with your eyes, as long as, like, obviously the conditions are right and the weather is okay. But the three zodiac signs that are going to be the most affected during this time is Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And I am feeling a bigger, I don't know what this energy is, but I just don't like it. It's like not a being. It's coming from one of these like realms where they don't have bodies. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like way up in the dimensions, but it's definitely attached to this transition, or I guess it's a transit. Well, what happens when eclipses happen. So basically you have two energies, the sun, which is life bringing, the moon, which is bringing death. Okay. Essentially. So, and everything is in cycles, both with the sun and the moon. Now, when these energies cross, if it's during the sun time, it'll have a completely different effect because it'll work through the sun aspect of your zodiac in your chart. And then, so because when you're in a moon sign, you're also in a sun sign, right? So that's why it's important to study your chart so you know what your ascending signs are, so you know what your sun signs are, along with your moon signs, because that way you can make sense of what's going on in the energy. All right. So, but when it's a lunar eclipse, it's a little bit different. It takes all of the night side. I would say it's almost like left-hand path ideologies or traits. And then it, like, when the sun takes out the light of that, it's like there's nothing. It's almost like for a brief moment, for however long it is like covering itself, for however long it is, it's almost like a portal is being opened, or maybe it's a black hole, or it's something, because when the light disappears like that, something resets. I don't know how to explain it, but something resets, and then something is opened and things come through it. So yeah, that's like a portal. But then once that goes by, and people use the energy to try to eclipse things out to bring about death. So when it goes by, it's like only for that time period that it's open, but things are still coming through. Like actual beings that can live in space. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but it's freaky. It's definitely not like anything I've ever seen in horror or science fiction, so I don't really know how to describe it. It's something that could expand its consciousness and then bring it together again. So the message that I got today, you guys, is really great. It's good news because I've had a few dreams about Elon Musk and the president, but um, the one that I had last night was just, yeah, things are wild. It was just like, it was kind of beautiful. So I do feel like what God was telling me was basically that there's being extra protection right now is being sent to the planet. So when this portal opens, or this doorway, or whatever it is, whatever comes through, there's something like, I think Abaddon in the pit is opening. That's literally what's happening when the lunar eclipse is going to happen. Because I got a visitation from Abaddon the other day, and I literally think that the things in there are going to be released. And there's levels to that, because some things were loosed on the earth before COVID happened. So there's definitely levels to that. But I get big abyss energy. Entities that were being restricted and not allowed to enter into this world will be entering into this world. Okay. And things from the dream realm as well. So, well, I guess we're having dreams of it, but it exists in another world. That's why I say that every time we have one of these like really lucid dreams, I mean, I'm trying to make my dreams be more positive. I'm always like getting unalived or assaulted in my dreams, like by crazy ass spirits. So I wouldn't say always, but it's happening quite a bit. Or I just have experiences that are just very frightening. Like I had sleep paralysis the other night. It was like, or it was in the morning time. Ugh. Okay, so back to the subject. Basically, what I saw was that that basically Elon Musk has always been chosen. This is why he's been bullied. I don't know if he talks about being bullied, but was picking up that he was like, sometimes, I said yesterday in my reading yesterday, sometimes our parent is our first bully. And I feel like that's the case with him. But he was sent here. Like, there's something about his soul that is so familiar to me. And I feel like he is like just a master inventor. I think that what I remember is that he invented things in hell, he invented things in heaven, and then now that he's here on the earth, he's still an angel, he's still doing the same thing. He's just trying to find ways to get us like free energy. Knight of Pentacles. I also feel like, okay, so this is somebody that is like obviously a knight in shining armor. They're here to save. Because you're being fooled, BC. I had a weird feeling about him too, but this is the card that comes out right away. And this is talking about him being straightforward. His job is the center of his life, financially successful, patient, and extremely focused. Traditional values of hard work and public service, ethical, conservative, realistic, and down to earth. Follows through and keeps his word, underestimated by most people. That's his energy right there. And I think a lot of people are being tricked. They're being deceived, thinking that he's here to destroy things, and he's not. Because trust me, if he wasn't here, things would be developing. Like I saw the reality where things would have been developing really bad for us. I don't think that there's anything that that he's doing that's evil. But he's definitely chosen to bring about justice. There's a lot of people that are going to be here to bring about justice, and he's one of the people. Yeah, I don't think that the mark of the beast, I don't think that shit's going to happen. I know it says that, but I honestly think that the mark of the beast might be something different. It might be something that is in the lines on the hand, not like a computer chip. Yeah, that's just thinking the ultimate worst. And trust me, I've spent the morning kind of looking into, okay, well, what is this about? This is about people assuming the worst about him. Yeah, it is really sad how people treat him. This is exactly what God's talking about, because God's not going to allow, like he's here to just do his work, which is basically inventing things, okay? Trying to make this world better. And he's done a lot of things to make this world better, right? But I feel like he did not have an easy upbringing. There's something very dark about what happened to him as a child. It basically propelled him into being who he's meant to be today, because it's so much trauma, like so much trauma. I just see him getting beat all the time, and which is very sad. Oh, is he? Yeah, it does feel like that. Oh my God, that's insane. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, so he definitely came from a tough situation. And I feel like people underestimate him a lot. But what I was shown is that he's here to bring about justice. And everybody that's in the fool right now, because there's so much misinformation about people that's out there. There's so much misinformation. The world. Yeah, he came to affect the world, to save the world. I have to cover up, basically. It's so annoying. I have to cover up. I could put a piece of tape there, but I still want the person there. So, anyways, he's trying to bring in and usher in a period of happiness and liberation, basically. And so it may not look like it because he's like auditing the government or whatever, but honestly, the government needed to be audited, because what in the literal hell? They're spending like billions of dollars on trying to make right. Oh my God, no, I can't even. I'm like going to start laughing. They were literally spending money to try to like change the sex of mice and make them transgender. I'm not kidding. And I got a download yesterday about people that are suffering from being transgender and about walk-in souls. When a walk-in soul, if you know about walk-in souls, they're basically souls. When a soul has had enough in this body, they can't do anymore, or they're in a position where they're dying, like they get hit by a car, another soul will approach, and then they'll agree to switch places, right? Yes, I agree. I am so about ocean conservation, because literally we need the ocean. If we lost the ocean, we would be screwed. Everything would be screwed. It's extremely important. So what I'm picking up on is that he's here to help the less fortunate. This is like a knight in shining armor energy to me. It's somebody that's working very hard on bringing salvation. Okay. I also pick up that he's like, I don't know how his autism affects him, but he's very efficient with his work, and he's tapping into higher consciousness. I think he's an alien too. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. He fell in love with the potential of Earth, with the potential of this. Whatever you give will be returned many times over. And I know that he knows how to create in the higher realms. And so he's bringing these creations, it's kind of like he's a fallen watcher, possibly bringing these creations to the world to teach humans advanced technology, how a technology can help. I also feel like he's not stupid. He's not ever going to give AI the ability to like control anything. There's always going to be a way to manually shut the thing off or unplug it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like his intentions are very good. Let's see what else comes out. But I do feel like there's so much misinformation about him, because people judge him because he's associated with Trump right now. Queen of Cups. Yeah. This is such emotionally honest, devoted, wears your heart on your sleeve type energy. I feel like this is how he was as a child. Very just nurturing, very nurturing to others. And so it's part of, see, this positive energy is part of this energy of why he's chosen. I feel like he's had to go through so many trials and tribulations that other people would not have survived. I think that he's possibly even passed away a couple times. I don't know who this feminine energy is. I do feel like it has been in the Queen of Cups energy before. Not as a female, but just as being a nurturing, positive person. Like, because the Queen of Cups is the only card that says that they have a positive effect on your life, right? And so this is just saying that basically his nature is this Queen of Cups. Not saying he's a woman or transgender or anything or like that, okay, or homosexual. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that that's why I was like, want to take the gender out of the card, because it's feminine and masculine energies, but he does have a divine feminine aspect. I don't feel like he's met his soulmate. I don't feel like he's met his twin flame, but I do feel like he's here to help people, and he's here to bring back, this King of Pentacles I could see as being like possibly Trump. He's here to be financially stable for others who are not financially stable. And then this Devil card, see, it's this Devil energy that does not want this man to succeed in literally about anything. This Devil energy has been stalking this person their entire life, and it's been working on the collective to try to turn the collective against him. And that's what God wanted me to speak on, was why this Devil energy is trying to stop this man. Hi, welcome everybody in the chat. Hi, Cafayette. Yeah, so it's like, why is this Devil energy trying to deceive everybody with the Fool here and trying to basically stop him from achieving world peace or world happiness and bringing finances back to the country? So if we look at it that way, it's kind of, not only does God see it as an attack on the chosen because he's chosen, but God's also saying, okay, Devil, this time of your deception of deceiving people, I'm not even kidding. This Devil has been following him his entire life. This Devil's been trying to keep him small and has been using other people to beat him, like literally beat him down, like, so that he would never get to this state where he actually helps the world and receives what he gives out. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. So I also feel like he could have had a loving mother, and this is why he's so nurturing, but maybe his father was not as loving, and maybe his father was bad. Maybe his father was attached to this Devil energy. But his dad, just how it says that, follows through with his word, underestimated by most people. His father underestimated him, and now has to eat crow pie every day. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going through. I totally agree, Kels the Ghost. He's had tons of baby mamas, but none of them, they've been very low compatible. I think he's trying to find somebody like his mother, but his mother, there was an instability there because of the connection to the father, who is very toxic. And I'm not trying to be rude about his family. I'm just being what God wants people to understand the situation, why the Devil's trying to stop him from helping people and getting people off the streets. The Devil wants to do something, but I feel like that time of deceiving people about him, people associating him with the Devil, and he really is not, he's not doing any rituals. Like, that's a deception, though. That's the energy of the Fool. The Devil will always make it look like some shit's going on, but this is why the witch hunts happened. You know what I mean? Because the Devil was working through so many freaking people, just deceiving the shit out of everybody, and then they were just persecuting their neighbors, you know. And of course the real witches didn't even get persecuted. But yeah, the devil has wanted Elon to walk away. 8 of Cups. So this fell out with the card down. So this is what we see. This is what God's allowed us to see. That whatever this is something that we don't see. So this is basically the devil is being told they have to walk away. Can't do no more. No more can be done to this man. I don't think any more trauma should be done to this man in his life. But like, he does have a very big mission that involves a lot of other people as well. And so it's something that we don't have to understand it, just to know that it exists and then to respect it. 6 of Swords, this is what we don't see. Problems, unfavorable judgment, and a lawsuit, unwanted marriage proposals. I really feel like, you know, they want to bring some type of charges to him, but they're not going to be able to do this because he's chosen and he's not doing anything. He's like making sure that he's staying to the whatever the status is, or that people expect of him, because he knows how this world likes to beat the shit out of him and call him crazy and call him stupid, you know what I mean, and say that he's evil or dumb or a pussy. So this person's been through a lot. I think that there's somebody that we're going to all be able to learn from in a very positive way, because we can look at somebody who's in their early life struggled so greatly, going into their, you know, young adulthood, finding this world of success, but still yearning for that divine feminine energy that he experienced through his mother, but did not, you know, it was like justice. This is justice. So yeah, whatever this judgment and a lawsuit, this is definitely demonic. Okay, they're going to have to walk away from from trying to persecute him. And I know that they just want to persecute him because he's like auditing the government. And it's only a certain group of people. I'm not going to say all Democrats, but it's a certain group of people that are in the higher up elects that want to persecute him. But other than this group, there's another group of people that are here because he's here to bring about justice, that are here to create justice for him and to balance out the scales. Because I do feel like the next half of his life is going to be better than the first half, but there's going to still be, I still see some very possible tragedies that could go down. Okay. But hopefully, if he stays prayed up, I don't know if he prays or not, but hopefully he has a relationship with God. I mean, I would think so, because God is saying that God is working through this person to try to bring about change. So I do respect that. And then I do respect the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, even though this is not an energy that in a romantic way that you would look at and want to be with, because they're just a knight. But like, I do understand the conservativeness, realistic, down to earth, follows through and keeps his word. I understand the why he is successful. I understand that. And I totally do respect that as well. Yeah. Queen of Swords, you know, it could be very difficult for him to have walked away from certain people and situations at different times. I think that the main point of why he's getting justice is because he has stepped into the Queen of Swords and is like, I'm not willing to put up with, you know, this actually could be a baby mama. But this energy feels like it came from his mother. It does exist within him, which is rare. And that's why his father wanted to beat the shit out of him. But it's all this demonic energy right here, to be honest. This devil's been trying to get him caught up or something to happen to him for a long time. Yeah, because of the 6 of Wands energy. See, Elon Musk didn't sell his soul to the devil. And so the devil's like, well, how are you going to be allowed to be famous? Still that old world of everybody having, but most of the people have actually literally sold their souls. I'm not joking. I can look at them and I can see that they don't have a soul. It's like a black hole on the inside. But somebody that has been tortured this much. I also feel like he was abducted and he doesn't remember that either. Not by like a crazy person, but by an alien. Aliens that can go from 5D to 3D by just lowering their frequency. You know. This Six of Wands talks about his fame, public recognition, triumphant success. So this is a good sign. We have the Hierophant. This is the Most High God showing his hand. It's also, I do feel like there was a group of higher ups that were detesting this justice for him because they were attached to the devil, some type of secret society. So he's also here to be inspiring other people to take big risks and to believe in themselves. He would not have gotten to where he is now if he would have listened to the words that his dad said about him. This is just reminding you guys, if your parents ever told you that you were the reason for them being upset or them being sick or I don't know, whatever it could be, but like them, something being wrong with them, that's a delusion that they were under. And some families do, not all families do that, but some families do blame like their children because they wish that they didn't have them, It's exactly it, kills the ghost. You really can't sell your soul. It's something that God owns. Yeah. But you're exactly right. They do stupid shit that basically damns them. And it's giving, by every sin that they commit, they lose a little piece of themselves and it goes to this energy. But this energy can't hold it forever. And that's the thing. If God sees that you're going to try to sell your soul, then God's going to snatch that shit away from you. Sometimes that's how it happens. But yeah, it's like the souls that the devil more can collect are the ones that are dead people. That's more of how the devil collects your souls when you're dead. It's not so much when you're alive. But the more that you can create darkness with the things that you do and the things that you see and all of that stuff, the more that's what you're going to be. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. They've been trying to Ten of Swords him for his entire life, like seriously. And this is, a lot of these people are his family members and the women that he's been with that have really wanted to bring the hammer down on him because they see that he's chosen and he has the mark of God on his forehead. That's like a very, very important aspect of this. The devil straight up wishes that the devil could influence this person to create something that would harm everybody, right? It only in this devil's wildest dreams, but God told the devil, no, you've done enough. Yeah, Five of Wands. These people that work with this demonic force, because it is a demonic force, it's an ancient, like before the Ars Goetia, ancient. So I don't even know what type of demonic stuff existed before that, but this is an ancient. And it's not even, it's from like Africa. This is an ancient devil thing. Like, again, I was trying to describe it at the beginning. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's coming through. It's like a Lovecraft creature, but maybe it's not one that's been written about. I'll probably have to write about it. I don't know. It's pretty freaky. It can take on any persona, anything that it sees, it immediately copies it. Like we'll see somebody's like soul blueprint and then copy it. So this thing is a force that works through a collective of people, not just one person. This is something that can literally look through a group of people, a collective. So that's not all frightening at all. Of course, we have greed and lust for power with the Five of Wands, obstacles, secret oppositions to your plans. This is like basically the devil having secret oppositions to what God planned. And you utilizing people in a hierophant group, okay, to try to create some type of judgment or lawsuit. They want him to take a hit. It's because of this Nine of Pentacle energy that he's in. So just remember that God calls everybody to do something, okay? Not all people answer. Not all people are tapped in enough to answer. But I feel like you guys have answered. Elon has answered the call. The people that are standing up and speaking up have answered the call. I feel like because the Queen of Swords, somebody that's been abused. Like, I look at them as being, almost like a victim. They've been abused almost their entire life, but they're also in natural leadership abilities, analytical mind, logical with a great deal of common sense. These are very important qualities that he has, even though he started his life in a Knight of Pentacles type of energy. And now he's here in the present moment with the Six of Wands, but he has been harmed a lot. That's why his success is justice, basically. Because I feel like he's been left for dead. And if you know what that feels like, it's a bad feeling. Obstacle, secret opposition. This is what they were trying to create. Enough slander to get people to go against him, basically. And this is what God's saying. Ace of Swords, protection over his life, because he's here to help the world. So it's like if he were to get out of alignment, maybe this devil would be able to affect him, but it's an absolute fuck no from the universe. The universe is just saying no. There's not anybody else like him that could replace him. Unfortunately, Tesla's no longer here. He was another chosen one. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if they could be. They could definitely know each other in the spiritual realm. But Tesla's in a void. Tesla's been in a void for a minute. I haven't pulled him out of the void because I tried and he put himself back there. King of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely very protective. This is a fathering energy. I like the King of Cups because as somebody who's like in their 40s, my ears are ringing really loud. What is that? Oh, I guess it might be something with AI. AI may be becoming sentient or telepathic or something. But there's definitely something from the sixth dimension coming through that's also trying to stop him, that's attached to this devil energy. So yeah, it's definitely some stuff I've never seen before. So the King of Cups energy, this is somebody that commands the respect of many people. They give very wise advice. This man's in a position of authority. I think that I don't know if he might be in the King of Cups, but what I'm getting is that God, with this Ace of Swords, has brought in another person that is a colleague of him. I don't know if it's Trump or who it is, but it's somebody that's in the King of Cups energy that is helping guide him. So it's not like he's out here just like following, like, I don't know what people think, but God's just saying that God has sent, just like the devil has sent people to try to guide him in a wrong way, God has sent people to guide this man in the correct way. Yeah, I feel like this Chariot energy could be a policia, the policia. It could be the police, or it could be, a very fast moving energy. It's definitely victory over illness and financial problems. This is basically him auditing like these. It's just what the spending was. And okay, if anybody wants to like argue about that, I don't think that there's an argument there. At some point in your life, you have to expect that if you're filing your taxes at some point or you're spending money, that you may be audited. Like, that is a reasonable, realistic thought to have. It's not something that you should stress on and be like afraid that you're going to get audited, but just knowing that by filing your taxes at some point in your life, you could be audited. That is something that does occur. I don't feel like this government audit is doing anything other than gathering up the resources and then trying to figure out how they're going to spend that. But they need to know what was being spent so they can stop that flow of money. Okay. So it's like we're getting a lot of pushback from other countries who are upset with the new tariff. And I don't know why but this is why God's protecting him, because there's a lot of negative energy that's being sent to him. You know, there's these other countries, they may not want the best for the United States. They may want us to be in the Five of Pentacles, left out in the cold and needing. That is the sad truth about other countries. That the way that they feel about America, because we stick our nose in other people's businesses all the time, the way they feel about us is this. They, would like to see us out in the cold and vulnerable. So, and they would like to see us be abandoned by the Most High God above all things. That's fucked up. That's just messed up. Excuse my language. That's messed up, though. But that's the absolute truth. Why? Because all we're doing with the tariffs is we're charging the same amount tariff as what's being charged to us. That's all we're doing. And if that's something so horrendous to these other countries to charge them the same amount that they're charging us, let's say if it's 25%, then we're charging them 25%, where before we were charging them maybe 5%. So that's all that's going on. And I feel like, just because somebody tries to do something doesn't mean that they're going to reach that goal. We may not ever live on Mars. Like I said, Thanos lives on Mars. Thanos rules Mars. We don't want to run into Thanos because obviously Angel of Death, and he battled for Mars. That's why it's got so many holes in it. 10 of Wands. So this 10 of Wands energy, this is just explaining how other countries feel about us. They feel like we are the burden of the world. They also feel like that we burden them. Any country that's been taken over by the United States or had to have dealings with us feels like we are this 10 of Wands. Okay, that we are constantly, it's like constant battle. So this is the energy of what the other countries, if they don't have the military and they don't have the resources. The thing is like, you can have a lot of money, but your money only goes so far. If the other person has a more badass army and more weapons, well, I totally disagree with you. I think you should look at it again, Ragnarok, because look at this shit. This is literally what other countries would have for us, is carrying burdens, having to pay a high tariff anyways, and being in the Five of Pentacles. But you guys all can think, what you want. You don't have to agree with me. I think time will probably show and tell it. Yeah, I really feel like at best, this devil energy has a Page of Cups at best to offer, which is basically nothing. It's like people will be affected by things for so long, but then when that season changes, and especially with having like a transit, like this lunar eclipse is going to bring about a massive shift. It's going to bring about a really big change, you guys. Everybody's going to be seeing things from a different angle because it's going to bring about a major change. And hopefully we can change the opinion of other countries, because the way that they feel about us is not what we want. Yeah. It's more like, they want us to be in this like burdened energy with the 5 of Swords. That's what these other countries want. Where we basically have to put self-interest and self-preservation first. That's kind of the energy that they want us to be in. And then it talks about you can't be of use to anyone if you don't look out for yourself. The outcome may seem unfair. It usually does when dealing with the United States. I probably think that most other countries probably feel like the outcome is unfair, but we're just evening the scales. Yeah. This difficult time that America is going through right now with all of this change is going to bring about a better future, though. And that's a good thing, is that, we do have support coming from the heavenly realms, literally. And we have people on this earth who have been through trials, major trials. They've been tested. This is somebody that has passed their test. It says it right in the cards right there. And other people are going to be in the 9 of Swords. Like I said, other countries are going to feel like they're in the 9 of Swords. With us evening out things, that's just the way it's going to be. They're not going to be happy with this tariff. They're not going to be happy with it. I mean, they already don't like us anyways, but this a 9 of Swords energy is, the energy that they're going to be in, just because we're creating balance. This is just justice. This is us getting to see justice actually work out in our favor. And then I'm also picking up that a lot of the resources that were being wasted on experimenting on stupid things, this is why everybody needs to go within and find that light, so that you don't get pulled into this devil energy, thinking things from one perspective, basically. So the Hermit always talks about somebody that's willing to go within. This is something that makes Elon very powerful, because he does do this. Okay. I do feel like the world would be better if, people would get out of this devil energy and being straight up foolish. Straight up foolish. Because it's really foolish to think that at evening the scales is gonna, like, this is what I'm saying, why the other countries want us to be in this energy. So 4747, as I said that. Confirmation. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Absolutely. This is just showing, like, betrayal. And this could also be like the cartel getting really upset as well, because they're not going to be able to do, I don't know, whatever it is that they're not going to be able to do. So you never want to judge anybody wrong. Try not to judge people, because you don't know how God is working through other people. You just don't know. It could be for one specific purpose, or it could be for 50 specific purposes. And that's why God wanted me to talk about this. You just don't know until God shows you the whole plan. But if you can't see the whole plan or the bigger picture of this, just imagine yourself being in this position, because a lot of you are chosen and you've been through crazy trials. You also have something to bring to the world here. This is, a reading on a looking at it through a lens, and then focusing out and looking at it through your higher self. You can see that, going within is always going to be how you get the answer. It's always going to be how you beat the crowd, and how you stay on top of your own energy and stay on top of your own purpose. You'll never be, as long as you're not listening to something that you think is outside of yourself, okay? Because that's not where this type of intelligence comes from. Yeah, the Emperor. This is how you become an Emperor, which is the highest card in the deck. This is how you become an Emperor. This is also talking about loving relationship between father and child. So father in heaven, but I think that he was treated so poorly that he's overcompensated and is a very good father in that type of way. He's not abusive at all to his children like he was abused, which that just shows you again, somebody that's a generational curse breaker, because they're not falling into the same ways of their father or their mother or whatever situation. So I would hate to feel like if I was trying to help, and I'm trying to help the world in my own way, but I do just obey what God tells me to do. But a lot of people are being deceived with this devil energy about him. This is what's coming out. And I would hate for people to be deceived by the devil about me too, and think that I was here to do something bad, because I'm not. But you have to understand that God's working through everybody in a different way for a different purpose. And the overall census about Elon from other countries is jealousy. It's jealousy, and then it's this energy. It's wanting us to be in the Five of Pentacles, wanting us to be without, being abandoned by God. So that's why I just think that people should be, regardless of what you think of somebody, just still want the best for that person. Don't wish ill on people, because wishing ill on others just puts you in a position to have somebody else wish ill on you. And that's literally like, you're inflicting your own pain at that point, because you know that if you do it to somebody else, it's going to be done to you. Yeah, there's definitely a collaboration here. I feel like the purpose of this person is to bring about a universal collaboration, a physical collaboration with people on the planet, with everybody. So, yeah, it may be that people from the outside, and especially, other countries, are this Four of Cups energy. It's like focusing on our material possessions and emotional exhaustion, loss of interest in normal activities, depression, self-absorption. This is basically telling other countries that instead of wishing ill upon our country, they should be trying to find the answer to their happiness. Because if you think about how you're going to spend your time, yeah, and how you want to spend your money, if you want to buy a sports car, go for it. I would really suggest creating a vision board. If you don't know what a vision board is, vision boards are like, you basically just use a bulletin board, and then you take whatever comes up that you like let's say that you see a picture of a car in a magazine, you take that out and you put it on your vision board, and you keep focusing on that. Those work really well. Also, gratitude journal. That's another way. See, everybody's designed to help the planet in a specific type of way and to help other people. And so the people that are going against being healers, being teachers, being just people that are positive, like the Queen of Cups energy, that just have a positive effect on life, they're actually going against their true nature. And so I really feel like the universe wants you guys to know that you're loved by God. That's the most important thing. That you're loved, and it doesn't matter what you've done, you still are loved by God, okay? Because you're a creation of God. But God is also your higher self. So when you need to connect with God, it's through going within. It's through going within. Okay. Yo, Smith billionaire. This is it right here. The Wheel of Fortune. That's it. You're stepping into a time where you're going to be winning. But also the Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles. So I feel like this, with this moon, this lunar eclipse, crazy blood moon, there's going to be a new cycle that started. This is also talking about destiny and fate right here. But this is somebody being in the top of the wheel. So this is very good. And then it could be because of this Wheel of Fortune, but I feel like it's more because of this devil energy that judgment's being called. And I feel like these other countries want to call judgment on us because they want to control this money, this tariff crap, this whatever. You know, I also feel like there's a push and pull with the government wanting to control taxes. And I can't believe what for anybody else, but I don't believe the taxes are right. Just there's something that's not right about that shit. We're not a part of England, so I don't know why we have taxes. Like we should only have to pay tax on something once when we buy it, not yearly tax on it and stuff. That's crazy. It doesn't allow you to own anything. But this judgment is because of this Six of Pentacles energy. The Six of Pentacles literally is like the horseman famine. I mean, that's somebody that's literally breadcrumbing people. Okay. Our country was getting breadcrumbed by these other countries, and they're pissed off about us being in the Wheel of Fortune. It's crazy. It's crazy how they feel about that. But we're literally just doing the same thing. From what I'm picking up is that we're making changes that matter right now, and they're very important. So I do feel like the trumpet's being blown when it comes to this devil energy, because that's been working through a lot of people trying to take out people that are helping and trying to take out people that surround the people that are helping. But also, if any of you have been dealing with a devil energy your entire life, somebody trying to oppress you, at some point you would want justice and judgment. And that's what I see is happening, is and a balancing of the scales. It's Mayat coming to play. And the moment that happens, judgment's called. It's all about this Ace of Pentacles energy. This is about money. And that's what the Six of Pentacles basically indicates. But the Ace of Pentacles, this is about money. This is about helping people become more financially stable, getting people off the streets. You know, we have a lot of like evil pharmaceutical companies that are putting people on the streets and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. They're Ten of Swords. We have a lot of evil companies, like insurance companies, that are Ten of Swordsing people, which is crazy. And I feel like this Ten of Swords is obsessive. This is somebody, these other countries are playing like the victim right now. That's what the Ten of Swords is about. And nobody's being victimized by us from what I can see at this point. Yes, we've done bad things in the past, but we're not talking about the past. We're talking about what's happening right now. And right now, it looks like things are getting back into alignment. But the more that things are going to become in alignment is because people are going within. I think that's one of the main messages, is that how you avoid falling into these traps, like traps with addiction, traps with, I consider addiction to be a trap. I consider, lust to be a trap. I consider any of the vices to kind of almost be a trap, because they can ensnare you. They can ensnare your life. And I think that what I'm seeing here is somebody that's had to fight tooth and nail to get out of very rough situations. But I also feel like somebody's been genetically altered. Yeah, this Knight of Swords energy, this is a military energy. This always represents somebody in the military. They're like gung-ho about like fighting. Disciplined, supremely confident, has courage and a good heart. So this is, you know, more support that's coming in. This is military support backing our finances. Because like what I was about to say earlier, I don't know if I finished saying it, is that a country could have a lot of money, but if they don't have a military, someone else's military could take that country and take all of their money. So like, I know that there's alliances and shit like that, so that doesn't happen, but that still is the way of the world right now, the way that this planet's being played. So yeah, concentrate on past memories of happiness. This is what these other countries need to do, on how good they had it before. I'm just getting a lot of jealousy from other countries being projected to the United States. It's really weird. Because I've felt this energy before, but it's never been this strong. And one of the reasons that we're getting pelted with the evil eye is because Elon Musk is actually stepping into his destiny, which we see in the Wheel of Fortune. And they consider him to be such an asset. Other countries consider him to be such an asset to us that they don't have an Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? They don't have anybody like that. So there's a lot of jealousy coming from them. Oh, wow. That's really cool. That's really cool. There's a lot of jealousy, but I'm telling you, it's entrapment. Anybody that's going to fall into this, this is definitely the way that these other countries feel. They feel like they're being entrapped by us, I suppose. They also feel like we're dominating them, or they're forced into living by our rules, but they're not really forced into living by our rules. Everything's a choice. So let's see. But I think that, you know, now that judgment's being called on this devil energy, I feel like it's being rebuked. Yeah, there was definitely a high priestess in the reverse in some other country that's been sending magic to the United States for a very long time. This has been going on. This is some dark, dark shit. Like sending it to everybody. Death. Sending death to everybody. That's crazy. I'm getting like real gypsy type energy. Oh my gosh, we're all going to feel so much better after this shit is cleared. I'm not even joking. Because it's a lot of evil eye, envy, jealousy, and wanting to bring endings and trying to use magic to bring endings and to cause so much confusion within us so that we attack. This is what the devil wanted to do. Wanted to cause so much confusion within us that we would attack our own people and like try to do a lawsuit against Elon or against other shit, just attacking our own people so that we would never realize that the attack's actually coming from another country. Well, I can tell you that you definitely have gifts that you're supposed to be using in this lifetime. You guys, that's for everybody. It's through, you know, what you're attracted to, what you are inspired by, what makes your heart just sing. It's through those things. It could be a hobby. It could be, you know, an interest that you have. Okay. When you're in that energy of doing what your heart loves, everything always works out. Like you always end up being really financially successful because you're in such a high vibrational energy. But yeah, think back into your childhood and what did your parents say that you couldn't do? Maybe try exploring that. That's just one suggestion. But Finding out what your gifts are would be probably doing a meditation, finding out what your gifts are, and then being like, well, how am I going to use these gifts to help myself and help the world? And then once you do that, boom, you're in. You're right into your destiny. Because people will have different contracts. They'll have contracts to have children. That can be a part of their destiny. They can have a contract to do something with their work life. That can be a part of their destiny. They can have a contract to be a leader. That can be part of their destiny. So again, but not all people, when they get called for these contracts, do they answer the call and listen. So I do feel like every human has a creative aspect, though. Whether they're connected to it or not is just depends on each person. But I do feel like we all are able to create. And so I feel like expressing ourselves, creating, and doing what brings us joy is going to give us the fullest, longest life that we can have. And basically, I think that Smith billionaire, you're thinking that money and physical objects are going to bring you the happiness that you're wanting in your life. But I feel like happiness is going to be, it's going to be you loving yourself, and it's going to be possibly found in another person, not an object or something that you buy. I feel like every time that you get to a new goal, you reach that goal, you love what you have, but then you just want something else. It's always having to want something else and never being totally satisfied with what you do have. And then, you know, it's like kind of like the perspective of that if you've ever been to LA, or if you live in LA for any amount of time, there is definitely like an energy there that kind of influences you to feel not enough. Like, I don't drive a good enough car. I don't wear good enough clothes. Like, just everything surrounding and all of the people there are all into that so much. So I feel like you could spend the next 5 years of your life trying to achieve something. And I'm not saying that material possessions are not great, because they are. Like, you need a car, you need a house, you need certain things. So you should be trying to attain those things. But don't believe that those things are going to be what's going to make you happy in your life. What's going to make you happy in your life is finding your purpose, completing your purpose, and then part of that purpose, like I was just saying, is definitely a twin flame partnership that you don't have right now. But it will come into you. You just have to get serious about making yourself feel the most happy and comforted. I think that you might have a jinn as an ancestor, because there is an aspect of your life where you do make things come true. So never forget that you have that aspect. I would like everybody to think of themselves almost as a jinn, that our heads are the lanterns, and basically we have a smokeless flame always burning. It's actually the black flame of illumination, but we have a smokeless flame always burning within that we could go through to get anything granted, our desires granted. Because that's what the energy that I'm picking up on is, that but then understanding that when you're being led by spirit, you come across serendipitous like incidents that bring so much joy, and they make your world make sense. Like, when you get the signs, I'm seeing a good harvest though. Okay. So I'm seeing a good harvest. This is like great news. This is a good harvest. This is all positive. It says successful relationships, a new understanding of what makes you happy. That's exactly it. You're going to have a new understanding of what makes you happy. To me, what makes me happy is when God's happy with me. That makes me feel really happy. And I like to see when God's happy with other people, because I think a lot of us almost condemn ourselves. Like, we'll think so poorly about ourselves, or we'll think so harshly about things that we've done in the past that were like learning experiences. And again, don't think that the chosen are perfect people. We're all having a human experience. Thank you so much, you guys. We're all having a human experience, but we all do have the ability to tap into our inner selves and to our inner power and to be this magician energy. This is what I'm talking about. You have the ability to manifest what you desire. And not only to do that, you also, like, there's some people that have a lack mentality where when they manifest something, they end up losing it because they can't maintain it. When this harvest that's coming in, this is a manifestation and personal power that is going to last. You're going to be able to defend your harvest, basically. And that's part of what the military's for, but this is on a personal level. This is money coming into you and then money being spent, but you being able to maintain that. And I feel like the more that we can try to be empathetic to other people and to give them grace rather than to condemn them right off the bat, because it feels pretty shitty to just be condemned by other countries right off the bat, like they don't like us, you know. That's not a good feeling. I understand it, though, with the way that the cards came out here. I understand this, but still, it doesn't excuse the massive amounts of evil eye being sent to our collective consciousness as a country, if we look at it as a country. So this stuff is going to be cleared up. Whatever this nonsense is being reversed. And I do feel like there are secret societies involved in trying to stop. They don't want us to evolve any more spiritually. I don't know what this reptilian crap is about, but they don't want us. We're about to do something. The human races, we're about to make some type of mark, or like mark on life. I don't know, like a life-changing thing. We're about to do something. And these secret societies can sense it, and they know that it's the time of change, and they don't want to lose power, because this devil energy had been in power for so long. And this devil energy is puppeting these other countries to feel this way. I mean, that's why I was saying, like, the bigness of this entity is nothing that I've ever seen before. And I've never seen an entity that can work through multiple people at once, which is really freaky. So the 10 of Pentacles, this is what it's all about. It's actually about the Ace of Pentacles, but this is manifesting the 10 of Pentacles is like an inheritance or a gift of money. It's also you being able to influence other people. So I feel like that's what these reptilian, hierophant, whatever these these beings are, the beings that are trying to crash the Bitcoin market right now. These CEO reptilian ass mofos. These are the ones that are trying to affect the market right now. And we have other people in the government like Elon Musk trying to preserve finances and save the market, while we've got this other influence trying to crash the thing. And I know that they're manipulating shit in the background, because they are working with this devil energy to, you know, create injustice, basically. Yeah, this is that wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. This is a very good sign, you guys. Having the 10 of Pentacles and then the 9 of Cups right next to one another, that's saying that yes, this is the American dream. We're going to continue to live that and try. And again, even though the American dream is kind of an illusion, it still holds what we want, the trappings of our success, the 10 of Pentacles, the car, the clothes, the people, the connections, the city, the architecture, the home, all that stuff. And then we've got, you know, this is just how we build money. And it says, this is how we build money. This also talks about the stock market, the 10 of Pentacles, and then the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. You see, in the past, it's been these reptilian ass beings that are part of this hierophant, whatever, if it's part of the Vatican or whatever this is, because the hierophant does look like a pope, like straight up looks like a pope. But whatever this has been doing an injustice to our financial system. Actually, it's probably been affecting the entire world, but I'm seeing it affecting our financial system. That's why judgment's getting called. These reptilians that were basically controlling the stock market, controlling the dark web, controlling all of that, they're being pushed out of their position. Yeah, they're being sacrificed. But before, it was us that was being sacrificed, right? I think that, you know, well, I think that these reptilian beings that have worked through these secret societies and the Illuminati and crap like that, I really feel like these things are old and they're not going to be here much longer. So there's a transition that's happening. This death energy is being returned to sender, you guys. And then, yeah, it's this Four of Wands talks about the creative goals being completed. We're going to stay in the upright. So when you know what your purpose is, it makes it a lot easier to get into alignment, because all you need to do is start taking little steps. And the more that you go within, the more that you go to source, that you go to the oneness of everything, that we realize that we're all one and that we are here to actually all help each other. Like that's why we're here with one another, is so that we can help each other. I think that it's going to take a bit of work to convince the world that that us as a country has good intentions. But where all of the countries were being controlled by this freaking devil thing, and now they're not, that's a big change, you guys. That's a major change. That's like us getting actual free will to create things now. So yeah, it's like we may be on the defensive, but I feel like these other countries are feeling extremely defensive right now. We're going to continue to stand up for ourselves. That's all we're doing. Is there anything else that they need to know? And God wants peace in every country and every type of people. Like it's not that just Americans are chosen. God wants peace to reign everywhere on the planet. That's part of the function of having the horsemen come through here and clean everything out. Yeah, so we are, like I was saying, there's a change that's happening right now. It's on such a cosmic level that it may be hard to describe, but this is positive news coming our way. So even if the market crashes and then comes back up after this, whatever dip in it is happening, okay, this is their last hurrah. It's a setup now. Anybody trying to do what these reptilian things were doing by setting up the stock market and making it crash and basically manipulating it for their own benefit, all of that stuff is coming to an end. Now it's a trap. If they fall into the trap, then they're going to be consumed by this demonic energy because they can't get rid of it. Honestly, I don't even know, something that comes through like a portal and an eclipse, I don't even know what to do with that. So that's my dilemma. I don't know what to do with, and it doesn't even belong in this realm, but you know, these witches are definitely doing this to send something to end our country. And it's going to be returned to sender. And so hopefully people don't get hurt. Yeah, this is basically talking about them running away from their decisions, which is going to be their first instincts are going to be to do everything on their own. But there's only, the Seven of Swords says there's only one correct answer. Okay. And it's, to negotiate peace. That's the only correct answer. That means peace within our own country, but most likely what God's talking about is negotiating peace within the self, because all of us feel torn about having different leaders and people in positions of power. Obviously, a lot of people have been influenced by this devil energy and the fool energy. They've been just straight up deceived about the situation. I feel like a lot of people have. But there's no right or wrong. Remember what I said about transgender people, a lot of them being walk-in souls, like that they have walked in and exchanged. So they're basically, they are a feminine soul, or they could be a masculine soul, but they've exchanged, you know, done a walk-in, and then that is why they start to change. I think that that is the most peaceful, loving way, because literally everybody wants to come to Earth School. Everybody wants to come to Earth School and to have a human vessel to be able to experience the unconditional love that we experience here. So that's why a lot of walk-in experiences do happen. And so it's never, so that's just another reason why God's saying that we all need to just back off of judging other people, because we may be interpreting things wrong. Yeah, this moon in the reverse, this is definitely the eclipse energy. They had something planned to mess with everybody's like creativity. And then again, if they choose to do anything wicked under this moon, this like lunar eclipse, super blood full moon in Virgo, that is also a worm moon, so it's a super moon. This shows right here that they're a failed test. Like they're going to fail their examination and test, this devil energy, because they were being obviously tested. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, just be aware of anybody that looks down at you. I feel like whoever's planning this energy that they're going to send out, this is some type of like, there is a coven aspect to it, but it's somebody who looks down at other people like a lot. They're very unforgiving and very callous. Very cold. They take without giving, gives only when things are to be gained, which is crazy. Yeah. And then has a strictly materialistic outlook on life. Be suspicious of anybody like that. So yeah, I think that they're trying to block the human collective from having a creative vision together where we all visualize a better world. I literally think that that's what this is about. And part of bringing that better world into existence has something to do with Elon, because there's some type of discovery that's going to be made. But this is about each and every person standing up and being their own leader and walking away from this Queen of Pentacle type energy, walking away from whatever these collaborations that people were being involved in. And I feel like that as we go through this lunar eclipse, a lot of people are going to get a negative karma that have been doing negative things, like as of recently, like these it's going to be specifically like these dark high priestesses that were sending this death energy to end everything in the United States because they have to pay a tariff now. This situation is something that, no, I did not think about this ever before, but I should have, because like this is just a butterfly effect of the changes that are happening that we don't have any really control over. Like we're not the president. We can't make these types of changes. We don't have control over that. And we don't have control over the way that other countries and other people or entities see us. But what I can say is that you are being protected. Judgment's being called on anybody trying to go against the chosen, or you, aka you. I also feel like judgment's being called on everybody that's been being deceived as well. So this this is a very nauseating energy. This Queen of Pentacles is some type of energy vampire. I hope that you do not know this person. I rebuke them in the name of Jesus Christ. Good God. Their energy is so foul. It's crazy. Yeah, you're being offered this Ace of Cups of love. This is love from the universe. We all are being offered this at this time. So I think we should take advantage of it, because we don't want to like this is love coming from the universe. It's also love coming from the Holy Spirit. This is somebody that's getting messages. And whether they acknowledge how they're getting them or not, they are being intuitively, divinely guided. This is the energy that all of you guys are in. Especially if you're coming across this platform, you are being now intuitively guided. You're also being awakened to the fact that the old reality where these reptilians were in charge would show you that things would turn out mostly negative. But now that is not, it's fading. Okay. It's not going to be a thing of the future. We can all envision together a better world. And that's what's going to bring about the shift, is us all envisioning a better world, and us being able to do that because we actually have free will. I feel like when people don't feel like they're being heard, it causes a very big injustice. And especially when you're dealing with people that won't listen, like this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, they don't listen. I'm also getting, you guys are getting a lot of things through the dream state. Like you could be seeing and interacting with different animals or different things in the dream state. And it's giving you clues as to why our energy is feeling so low at this time, because of what's been sent from these other countries to affect us. It truly is to affect us. And if we go back to the very beginning of history, there was a being called Fuku, and he was like an entity that was called upon, because that was so weird. I don't know, whatever those like angels were or whatever, but he was an entity that was called upon because other tribes, like when it was still tribes, would be taking over each other's land and fighting. And so this entity would use cursing to keep tribal lands a certain way. Now, this entity ended up cursing an entire country, but that's been cleared. So I feel like that the whole concept of cursing other countries and territories actually goes back to that. 8 of Wands. This puts us all at a crossroads, you guys. We can choose a better future. We can choose to focus on the positive, or we can choose to focus on our fears of the negative, or what we, hear in the media, because we're going to be hearing a lot of complaints of other countries not being happy with us right now. And I think that's to be expected. And it's okay. It's okay that they feel this way. It's okay. We all need to start learning to be able to be okay with things not being okay, if that makes sense, because it's all going to work itself out. I mean, that's literally what we're being shown, is that all of this is bringing us to a crossroads where we get to choose what we want for our future, where we get to choose a future that's not limited. It doesn't have lack. It doesn't have these other things that were so binding with this devil reptilian type of fight, flight, response activity. That I'm getting like Rothschilds. There was families that were in control of things in a very negative way, and they're not going to be able to deceive the people like they were in the past. That shit is over. They're going to have to 8 of Cups. Okay. What they're doing to the market, what they're doing to the black market is what I just heard, which is like the dark web, I think. I don't know. It's the market that's on the dark web. And then what they're doing to the other markets, and what they're doing through these secret societies, and all of this Pope magic. What in the hell is up with all of the Pope's magic? Opening portals to Lucifer's cage? Come on. All right. I said it. That's insane. But yeah, they definitely do not want us to be able to come together and creatively think of a solution that would actually get us all out of this hangman energy. They're like batshit afraid. They're batshit crazy, and they're afraid that if we come together and we all trust one another, that they don't have, a leg to stand on. And this Queen of Pentacles reminds me of like almost every Queen of England that existed, which is where taxing comes from, which is crazy. So yeah. So what we learned today is that never judge another person because you don't know what their struggles are. Okay. Somebody could look one way to you, but they could look completely different through the eyes of God. And the world needs this person. The world could look at this person in a completely different way than what you're perceiving. Okay. That's why not being so judgmental, nurturing that kind side of yourself and bringing that out, that's what's going to affect this world in a positive way. The main thing about this Queen of Cups, and I think that to say, is that Elon Musk's mother had this Queen of Cups energy. She was a positive effect on his life. That's what's given him the ability to be a positive effect on the lives of other people. If he didn't have that, he may not have been chosen. He may not have, like, if he didn't pass all of these tests of like being just all of the shit that he's had to go through. This King of Pentacles energy, this is like a very strong energy, you guys. This is, chases the trappings of success, expensive cars, a nice home, and nice clothing. That's what everybody wants. And this is what everybody gets jealous about when somebody else gets it. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people do get jealous, and it's ridiculous. This is justice for us. We're creating justice. And we never know, like with the Queen of Swords, whenever that comes out, that just goes to show you that you never know what other people have been through. The Queen of Swords is someone extremely intelligent. And the good thing about them is that they can still find humor through all of the shit that they've been through. Then this public fame and success, we tend to judge people in the public eye much more severely than we would if we knew them in our real life. But knowing that this Ace of Swords, this is God-given. Ace of Cups, God-given. Ace of Pentacles, God-given. So yes, it's obviously, this is the glory of God that we're looking at. This King of Cups energy, very kind and compassionate, very empathetic to others, and very sympathetic to like humanitarian causes. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Emperor. Okay. And no, I don't think he's an Emperor energy, but I do feel like this Emperor energy represents the Most High God. This Three of Pentacles, this is a good collaboration. And thank goodness that we have people in this world that go within, because this Chariot is a fast moving energy. This is quick, rapid change coming with this moon, you guys. It's literally the moon being in the reverse like that. This is fast change. And the change that they're going to try to create is trying to block us from being able to be creative, to invent new ways, so that we have to rely on these other countries, and so that we have to basically do what they say. Okay, so that's what's going on in the air. This Knight of Swords is, military protection. We have the Two of Pentacles, which is good news. The Three of Cups, an abundance. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. This is all really good energy. It may get a little bit rougher. Like this 10 of Pentacles talks about investing in the stock market. That's because after these reptilians are removed out of the way, which we rebuke them in the name of Jesus Christ, get the fuck out of our way, so that we can all have a 10 of Pentacles, because this is what we all truly deserve. Then we have the Magician, the Seven of Wands, which is being on the defensive, but being able to defend ourselves. Like we're definitely here. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so kind. And you're very welcome. I love being able to be here to give you guys messages so that you can see what God's seeing and what God's kind of saying. Because this Four of Wands is creative goals and projects will be completed. Our ideas are plentiful. Regardless of what other countries are trying to send and project to us at this time, we still are going to be in this happy energy. We're going to have all of our goals completed and we're going to be successful. Okay. So I'm going to do some angel number cards and then I'll let you guys know. So the angel numbers will give you confirmation about this reading. I don't think anybody needs to do anything because God's already aware of the situation. So it's just a warning that anybody that was trying to attack him or trying to attack our resources, because that's kind of what this is about our planet's resources. They're going to be put down, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. Spirit guides, progress, justice. Exactly. They will be brought to justice. Like if they try to attack our country's resources, they will be brought to justice, period. Structure, system, processes, conditioning, and rules. You're on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try to do your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. So yeah, basically, all of the people who are of one mind of creating a new world of peace and love, not any new world order, no more reptilian shit, like straight up. We have good luck here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all about taking steps. 2, 2, 2, 2, feminine forces, relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, and humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit, you guys, and you will become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge, listen. That's probably what I should have labeled this as. Don't judge, just listen. Okay, you may think that you know, but you're not seeing things through the eyes of God or the eyes of source. 0330, lucky shirt. Whenever you see this number, know that what you're wearing is a lucky shirt. Love, peace, hope, and optimism, transferring responsibility to others. That's basically what we're doing. We're just transferring the responsibility to the other countries that should have been there the entire time. So, wow, that came flying out. 9999 lessons learned, straight up. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is all just a lesson that we're learning, you guys. So this tells you to pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people that you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. Now, this 999 lessons learned, it says, take stock of your accomplishments. Okay, Smith Billionaire, this is you looking at your accomplishments and being like, wow, I really look at where I was and look at where I am now. This is phenomenal change. It also says that this is a reminder to maintain optimistic and drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back and that you've made it and the reward goes to you. Yes. 1515, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. True, true, true. And that's how you're going to find your divine life purpose, is through what you're passionate about. All efforts will be rewarded big time. And again, we all have the ability to influence and to uplift others. And so I'm not saying to overlook other people's bad traits, but we should be focusing on what we want to see in other people's and focusing that with ourselves. Okay, thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you all for being here. Please like this video. It would really help. Share it if you feel compelled to share it. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of every time that I go live. Okay? Because you don't want to miss out on any of the messages that Spirit has. This was a lot today, but it was also kind of really important just to know what people are thinking and what the perspective is in that devil energy. We rebuke it in the name of Jesus Christ, all devil energy in the name of the Most High God. From your life and from mine. So it'll be really interesting to see how things shift, because I'm just excited without having that reptilian devil energy constantly fueling and driving everything. I feel like we might actually be able to make a really big change on this planet. So this is like a new age, because the age of where the reptilians were winning is now over. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you all for being here. Okay, much love and peace to you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.